welcome back to the action. We are coming to you live on Sky Sports from the great city of Wolverhampton. And this is the Kazoo Grand Slam of Darts. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. It's Super Ted Everts and Chizzy Dave Chisnall.
Well, this is our last match of the so-called losers from yesterday, before we see those who won their opening matches on the opening day. Well, Dave Chisnall with a 5-3 defeat to Raymond van Barneveld. Both players missed a whole load of darts at the double. That was kind of the story of the match, really. The 2014 runner-up meeting Ted Everts here, who lost 5-1 to Godwin Price in his opening match, the World Youth Champion. Just not handed many opportunities, really. But they both have the opportunity for 2 points here. So who will get the points? Let's head over to Dan Dawson and Wayne Mardle and find out.
Thanks very much, Emma. Yeah, Chizzy, a former runner-up, like Emma just said. He's going to have some work to do if he's going to make the final this time. Barney beat Chizzy. Price took care of Ted. It was a case of Ted Everts scored all right, but didn't really get the opportunities against Godwin. And Chizzy, his doubling was absolutely dire, but it wasn't as dire as Barney's. And he couldn't score, so things have to change. But like Emma quite rightly said as well, 2 points up for grabs, and the loser will be in dire straits, and they will be on the whatever motorway it is that takes them home, because Price and Barney are in fine fettle right now.
Well, such has been Dave Chisnall's form in recent weeks that a lot of people would have fancied him to get out of this group, and a lot would have thought maybe, you know, he could top this group.
Yeah.
And by a lot of people, I mean me. And things might not be working out that way.
But it can turn, we know that. And you do get those anomalies where one win can put you through. It doesn't look like it's going to happen in this group, but it's possible.
But the thing is, with Dave Chisnall, you feel like you can rely on him to perform to a certain standard.
Yeah.
And you can rely on him to score big. Now, he didn't deliver in his opening game against Raymond van Barneveld, but it would be weird if he didn't deliver 2 games 46. On the trot.
So you're calling him unreliable in the first game?
Yeah. Yeah, I am, yeah. What of it?
Yeah, what of it?
34.
Chizzy's made a good start on 148 after 9, but he hasn't been feeling too chipper this morning. Bless him. Got a bit of a bug. Let's hope he's okay to perform like he can. His normal, reliable self, Dan.
Old, reliable Chizzy. Oh, he's left 48 after 4 visits to the board. Should have had his bug yesterday. We've annihilated Barney.
Yeah, it wasn't really the scoring that was the ultimate problem for him. He had 15 darts at a double.
100.
And missed 12.
They require 48.
Is he going to be more effective today? Yes, miles better.
Oh, reliable Chisnall. 1-0. 14 darts starts. Very nice from Dave Chisnall. Winner on the European Tour in Belgium just a few weeks ago, ending his 3-year title drought. Hit a 9-darter along the way. Backed it up with another Pro Tour title.
Yeah, that was like a week after. He's been playing brilliantly. But he does go through these spells, doesn't he? Was it, I think it
60.
wasn't last year, the year before, where he just seemed to be, I think he won 3 or 4 times, and it's like, Dave is ready for the big one. And it got through to the, I think it was the Grand Prix final, where he was playing great.
Well, even in the spell where he wasn't winning titles, he was still having big runs in TV events at the majors. In that title drought is where, of course, he annihilated Michael van Gerwen to 0 in the quarterfinals of the World Championship.
That was lunacy. That was the same year as Dimitri van den Berg was seemingly in 140, 180 every shot, but it wasn't enough against Dave. As Dave, it's the first max of this game.
81.
Well, Ted Evans at the minute is just watching. You may as well clear a spot for him about table 3 down there, because he's a spectator. He is watching the majestic Dave Chisnall do his business.
140.
He had to watch Gezi yesterday.
I mean, he's getting a great seat to watch, but I really think he wanted to be a more active participant.
I know what it's like being a participant, by the way.
Oh, one of the
60.
great participators of our sport.
121.
But you can feel helpless. You are playing poorly, as in Everts, and your opponent is averaging 112. It's not
89.
a good situation.
Yeah, and to be honest, anybody who's played PDC darts at the top level over the last few years has probably had a chizzy experience. You've been chizzied at some time.
Oh, yeah.
Go and talk to our colleague Mark Webster. He can tell you in great detail about that experience. But it actually happened the last time these two played on the Pro Tour last year. 6-0 Chisnall, 120. It's one where you write it in brackets in letters after it. 120 the average. It's for 2-0. 2-0 it is. Dave Chisnall going about his business. Ted Everts. I know it's early days, but it's a short format.
Game on.
And this is the sort of situation which is the stuff of nightmares.
It was actually 120.24.
Oh yeah, don't forget those. I never forget the .66 on the 118 that Chizzy threw against Mark Webster. I certainly won't let him forget it either.
Yeah, don't forget the 2 decimal places. You cannot do that. Oh, surely, David. Okay. See, that's the bug that he's got. Otherwise, that would have been a 180.
Yeah, it's not he's knocking 40 points off a turn. It's a nasty bug.
Have you ever had similar bug, Dan?
96.
Permanently afflicted, sadly.
He's looking good today. Looking a lot more relaxed.
140.
He's always going to have that flick of an action. The middle finger with Dave sometimes takes over and he flicks the dart in, and that causes tension.
Well, look, you're the analyst, you're the expert, Wayne.
50.
Dave Chisnall, to the naked eye, does not look like he has the most elegant throwing action that we have ever seen in this sport, and yet he is one of the most effective players ever seen in this sport. How do you square
61.
that circle?
He replicates. He replicates his throw. It's become what he does. We all walk different, right? You can't walk like someone else, because let me tell you, ladies and gents, Dan Dawson has the best walk in the history of mankind, and that was Ted Everts' best throw.
Mercifully, Ted Everts coming to our rescue to stop that conversation.
Yes.
Cul-de-sac.
But it's like anyone. It's like Mencia Sulovic. Everyone has their idiosyncrasies,
60.
but Dave, a lot of the snatches
87.
after release, it's gone, the dart's gone, then it all becomes a little scruffy.
So it's purely cosmetic.
It's not always cosmetic. It can be his downfall at times. Bullseye! That is the bullseye! And Ted Everts kind of stops the rot there.
It's come up the clear blue sky, that 180, 87 out on the ball from Ted Everts, and all of a sudden, He is involved in this game.
Yeah, it was looking like one-way traffic, but that 180, like Dan just alluded to, was the change in that leg. As Dave couldn't hit tops, and Ted could hit the bullseye.
60.
And there we go. One man perfectly still. The other man, that's Dave Chisnall, was, I don't know, I'm assuming music was playing and he was giving it some.
83.
Most players that do have call it a snatch or a late, the snatch is when you just don't follow through properly, or a late release. That's when the body can wreak havoc and you see all kinds of movements. Leg comes up, head goes backwards. It's not the way forward.
Yeah. Look, he can resemble an octopus on a waltzer occasionally, Dave Chisnall, but if the dart is already on the way to the board, then most of the time he's okay.
Yeah.
That's why he hits all these 180s. All these 180s? Oh, come on, Chiz. Still, he is, what, 5 140s now, Dave Chisnall, compared to Ted Everts, who is yet to register in that department.
Yeah, the consistency of Dave in this has been great. He's averaging just shy of a ton. He's only missed 2 darts at a double so far. This is kind of winning form.
Yeah.
It is.
Absolutely. Well, this is what he's been doing for the last 2 months, and that has won him things.
60.
And he called it earlier in the year. He said, I feel it's coming. It's coming back.
Ted will love that.
139.
It's good.
146.
It's good. Giving himself a chance here, leveling the game. You'd say that he's been second best by a distance in this match, but if you can lose a couple of legs by as many points as you like. If you win a couple of legs by tiny margins, it's still a level game. Double top. And we do have a level game. Ted Everts, 2 for 2 on the doubles.
The 180 to take out the 87, the 139 to take that out. It's good. He's cleaned up the last 2 legs really well, Ted. And Dave thought, right, OK, I've had enough of that. You're getting a bit too close for my liking, pal.
$97.
Now then, Chizzy. Oh, there's a lot of room in there. Dave Chisnall has gone and got the bat with 180 written on it, and he's beating Ted Everts senseless with it right now. It could be another Grand Slam 9-darter for Dave Chisnall.
134.
He hit one against Peter Wright in 2015. Right, just pretend. Yes! Yes! Go on, Dave! Oh.
76.
Well, what an anticlimax. And as commentators always say, right, just concentrate on winning the leg.
Yeah, it is tradition. Dave Chisnall currently rocking an average over 103 right now. We may not see the perfect leg, but this is so much more convincing from Chisnall today than it was against Barney yesterday. However, it is still closer than he would like.
Yeah, he's responded really well after losing the last 2. He went for an 8 there. Yeah, that flummoxed him a little.
Didn't see the perfect leg, but it could yet provide the biggest finish in the game. There's room. Oh, wow. Wow. Give it a chance, Ted.
If you ever hear me talk about a dart being released late, that was like a week late. Wow. That's a good leg of darts, a little 13 darter to regain the lead for Chizzy. This is now turning into like a decent game. It was looking like the Chizzy show, and like you alluded to, Dan, Ted had a great ticket, but now he's part of it. This is good from him.
Yeah, he's dug in, Ted Everts. Largely one-way traffic against Gerwyn Price, who was excellent, by the way. Averaged about 103 in the end, was it? Somewhere in that ballpark. That's why he's top of the table right now, Gerwyn Price. But he's stuck in there here. And you can see there's a gap in the average, it's 10 points or so. That can be bridged, particularly in a short format game.
Well, 2 legs gone, Ted was averaging 77. 4 legs gone, he's averaging 90. So he's mustered a ton average for the last few legs. It's been massively improved, and Chizzy's just carried on averaging just shy of a ton.
Well, it's a ton to leave 163. Doesn't matter. Dave Chisnall on 346 cannot leave a finish. In those situations, you go wherever you want.
100%.
And he's giving it a good go.
So someone who's just walked in, that's a real darts connoisseur and seen 166, 163. They're kind of berating the players right now, but there's no reason to.
Arguably, you could berate him for leaving 346 in the first place. For the real darts connoisseur.
99.
Trying to think how he left it. I just can't recall.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. Just throw loads of treble 20s, Dave, and then see where you end up.
34.
Well, pressure is what it's resulted in.
Yeah, this feels like a must go. Obviously, Dave can't win the game here, but it feels like that if Dave can hit this, Ted will be hanging on.
He's 50% on the doubles. He's got 3 darts in hand. This should go.
Well, it should go second dart. It's 50%.
Well, you thought it went first dart. You have to restart the whole process. It does go second dart.
He really is playing to his percentage, his yearly form, if you will. Averaging 101. And this is what the world-class players do. That the ones that do it week in, week out, you make a mistake against them, you don't come back, do you?
He punishes.
60.
And look, Ted would have had to have been almost flawless to have flipped this round. He had a dart there, and there was a little chance that grew into a moderate chance for the 170 that could have got him a leg.
58.
If those go, it could be 4-2 the other way, but you look in absolute perfection.
Perfection, yeah. 64, when you just look at that as a finish, it seems easy enough. But you still need 2 perfect darts to go treble to double. And once you do miss that treble, you've got 1 dart at a double. You've got to be 100% on that particular double at that particular time. This is what makes darts difficult. That's why he's 4-2 down.
Well, he's just been outscored in this game, as Dave Chisnall does to so many players, and has done for an awful long time. He's got 17 PDC titles to his name, a whole barrel load of major final appearances. He has been so good for so long. It's not a surprise to see Chizzy play like this. It was more surprising to see him play like he did yesterday against Raymond van Barneveld.
He made a BDO World Final, what, 12 years ago? That's how long he's been doing it. And a little known fact, it's the only time Wayne Mardle darts have ever appeared in a World Final. He was using mine.
And to great effect.
Indeed.
And despite a little mid-game wobble here when Ted Everts did dig in, he showed some good character, some good grit and determination, but grit and determination only get you so far against a rampant Dave Chisnall, who can seal this on double top.
And he has sealed it on double top. That is a much-needed win for Chisnall after losing to Raymond van Barneveld in his opening group game. That was a must-win, and he did a real number on